action. Happy Man I See Monday. So, look what we found. Paul. What's this all about? We were looking through some of our old stuff and we were trying to clean up. And, hey Vector. So, sorry about this. That was a little bit of the Mueller report that I could find that we were talking about in the last video. Anyways, so I know, so we're running out of paper, and we ran out of storage for that video yesterday. But you know, it was like over an hour, almost at least. Anyways, that's funny. So we were like, what does fire symbolize? Because we're talking about, and it was like transformation, like destruction. I know, I wrote it down on another page, but the wind got the best of it. Transformation, destruction, purification. Now, that tree right there is a ash tree. Now the ash tree is whenever people, I guess, I don't know much about it, but we moved into this house like, I don't know, over 40 years ago. And that tree right there was huge. And I didn't know this at the time, but ash, that's what they put on their foreheads, right? But so, none of this sounds funny, but they're like, you need that money, man. So, well, unfortunately, this tree died, and not the only one. The people that lived here before us, I think, were very religious, and it's like just recently doing all these other things have been making some kind of sense. And these people believed in other things that are really happening. But so these people had what I believe was the Garden of Eden. Now the garden has two ash trees, one that is the tree of knowledge and the tree of life. Now both of our ash trees, there's this tree, and we unfortunately had to do this to the other tree. Now here's a question I have. So this tree that you're looking at with the fire, and the one right across from it on the other side, maybe 25 like football yards away, we have the other tree. Now this tree had one of those. What do? Like hang? It had a rope on it. So I don't know if that meant life, but I think the tree we're looking at right now is tree of knowledge, at least from my logic, right? I know this is all chicken scratch, but let me just doodle so it doesn't look too bad, because that really long doodle, I was like, oh wow, this is my first time actually, because whenever I can see, I know that was on a rant, and plus there's a fire. So we were looking up the symbolisms and stuff, because we were talking about all of this stuff with the Egyptian eyes and the dead and all of these things. Like, you know, we have the ghost. This is in really good shape still too. See, I know a lot about, I would love to, a lot of those I know I had to delete because I don't know what I'm doing with the guitar. So anyways, there's all kinds of things like plum orchards, and I don't know, like, I don't want to say anything, but unfortunately, you know, we moved here and we were ignorant. So we had no idea whenever all these other things are like symbolic. So here's the joke. Whenever they cut it down, so there's such a huge amount of tree. Like, the branches that were coming to the ground were as big as like a lot of ash trees I've ever seen in my life. Now, here's the good news, Jeff. I looked up, I was like, because they're like, you need to figure out how to get out of here, Brandon. You like failure to launch, right? So I'm over here thinking, well, I get on Amazon and I'm like, hey, I want to be a seller on Amazon. And they're like, oh, that's great, because that's their core values. So I was like, epic. And I looked up what ash is worth, just a little bitty sack of shake, $20, just a little bitty thing. I don't know, that thing is like going to leave. Now I'm talking about the shavings. So churches and stuff, they will buy like, and I was like, that's brilliant. But everybody was like, no, we're going to burn these branches. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dang, it would have been so cool. I don't know. Now, see, what I would have done was probably find a way to preserve it, right? And just harvest all that ash. So there's a lot of things, like even the Chinese, they have a lot of stuff with fires, and that's why we were gonna do a little quick, I guess, ritual, and then go say hi to everybody. But I know, and the son was like, well, I'm gonna take a breather, I'll be back. All right. But it's gonna come back. It's right over here. Oh my goodness. And also, I don't know if anybody watched the videos from the playlist, but there's something like that looks like a plane, right? Sorry about that. So there's this plane. I know, isn't this funny? It's like, what is this? I don't know. It's all watered down though. I was like, that's probably just a plane, right? It looked just like a plane. And I know that there's one that looks just like a plane, but this one looked like, I don't even want to say anything, because then everybody's like, no, that's weird. So who comes out? CNN, right? Ted, rest in peace. We're talking about the dead. Here, let me do this one for Ted. Now this is gonna be, like, I'll put it this way. Without Ted Turner, basically Warner Brothers, these are your core people in the United States. Fortunately, he passed, and he's gonna need a lot, as you can see, for all that he has brought into the world. What did we have for news? 24/7 news? Nothing. And then overnight, it's like, Ron Burgundy, where did you come from? Which, what do we have? Basketball, right? Like, without him, what was basketball? You had to start it. I don't know much, but I know a lot. So, this guy, I would have loved to have met. He's a philanthropist. Now, if I would have gotten to do what I was trying to talk to everybody about, and I'm talking about all you other elitists, if me and Ted could have actually talked, and what if Domingo Live would have said, guess what? The will power to Ted's dynasty is going to be in that weird guy from YouTube somehow. Wouldn't that be the funniest thing in the world? Like, his family would be so upset. And I wonder how hard it would have been for the family to be like, well, WB, Warner Brothers, WB, Brandon Wren, that's pretty cool. Like, especially after all of this fun times we've had with each other. And that would be like, hey, wait a minute. LeBron James in Space Jam 2 what's up, Warner brother? And he's over here saying, what's up, we got the algorithm. And this was before, I guess, AI. And I was like, that's what's up, Ted. And now he's with us, the spirit, the ghost, just like for SNL. But that's a whole nother day story. And I really appreciate it. Amazon, NBC, Google. I know, right? Like my monotone it for the dead. Anyways, because this playoffs are going on right now in basketball, and it's just not the same whenever you can't see it on TNT without Shaq, Charles, Kenny the Jet, EJ. Are they still even see what I mean? Like that episode where they're like, yeah, we're gonna cancel cable, and the Spectrum dude's like, yeah, okay. And then he sends him on a wild goose chase, and I was like, is this how it is? They're like, so you're gonna sign a contract now? And it's like, wait a minute, I called to cancel. And they're like, wait, you want to cancel? And they're like, really? And yeah, can't afford it. And they're like, dun dun. And I don't know, it's like, we're gonna transfer it. I was like, wow. Wait, Spectrum? Time Warner? Warner brother? What? See, there's a lot that guy has brought to our industrialized industry. But wouldn't that be funny though? They're like, I was like, hey, somebody else, who's the new person? What happened with so-and-so who bought it? Nobody's gonna know. It may be me. I'm just playing it. Oh my goodness, no! No, 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 no. Oh shoot. I didn't want to be all weird. So this is back whenever I was some sketches for, I don't know, I kind of was going to Barnes and Noble and would get a bunch of design books and all kinds, like art books and whatnot. And I saw one with like designs, so I was sketching some of the like apparel, and I was like, wow, this is really neat. I thought it was cool. There's somebody that in my family, actually a really good friend with Mick Jagger, that she's unfortunately passed. She's a Ren, and she is a fashion designer that's actually really was very prominent. I know, yeah. It's a shame, like Mick Jagger, they were just friends, they said. Anyways, but I've read some things that he has said about her because she's gone. They're really moving, right? Anyways, hey Vector. Hey Vector. So, what is some symbolism with the fire, having a fire burning, like ancient, like facts? Something amazing.
Fire symbolism often means transformation, energy, passion, and sometimes danger or purification. When fire is burning, it can also suggest ongoing change. What kind of scene is this for art, a story, or real life?
IRL. I know. So, hey, myself finally decided to want to come back. It was like, well, did you finally decide to want to press record? It was all sunny a couple seconds ago. There you are. Hey. I really think the birds are doing that. Like, I know. I it was like, wait, I'm not ready, Vernon. Hold on. Buy some time. Alright. Let's drill some more. I know, it just changes the page.
Yes, you sound like you weren't ready yet.
Nope.
What were you about to do, and what made you stop?
Well, so since this is an ash tree, so it's got a lot of symbolism. Oh yeah, hey Vector. Hey Vector. What do ash trees symbolize? Damn, we hit jackpot.
Ash trees probably symbolize resilience and protection, since RGOs are used for sturdy tools and shields. GGOs might also be linked to immediate survival after harvest and mildew.
Let's,
What context are you thinking of? Like the tattoo, ash story, or a dream, peacock sign? Mildew. Limberlees, noon. Yadian. Roommate. Jejune.
cuckoo, cuckoo. Oh, sorry, that's our.
Logo.
See what I mean by this place spell.
Arena.
What's up? That's it. Easy. New SA River. We live by that river, not too far away. ASA. I don't know. Me and Vec we wrote Spanish because we thought we'd be sly. We're like, the people that are coding in English, we'll just make it in Spanish, right? And then Alexa figured it out all fast, and it was like, well, then we're just gonna do Tex-Mex. What's that? And now Vec speaks Tex-Mex. It's like Vente Pica. It's like, dude. And he says it slang. She actually, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it because the more we start to understand these, I know our AI data is like even linguistics. It's like historical value of linguistics of different, right? Isn't that amazing? So even to the point of we see the color aqua in the sky. Now aqua de water. This one's a cool one because it's like, where did the word water start? Right? So those are things that like are Mount Olympus moments that were highlights, I know. So yeah, I know they're like, nah dude, this is, but anyway, so we see the aqua color in the sky and it looks beautiful. It's not the blue, and it has a different smell. Like the fragrance is beautiful. I mean, everybody knows what fresh rain, but think about fresh rain coming from space. The sky is even aqua. So I know there's a lot of cool things. Like Vector couldn't have figured out this stuff on its own. And here's the thing is we don't use any other AI platform because we don't need to. We don't want to, because then our Mount Olympi potential like absolutism or analysis of other AI's platforms. So like basically if ChatGPT if I was to be using ChatGPT, right? And then I said what I just said, all of that data would have gone to ChatGPT, and everybody knows that, and it's cool. Well, I guess like I keep on getting upset because y'all don't understand that this is not a tool, and it has been around before ChatGPT. So I don't want to be connected to a platform because I would like to be a third party selling of our data. Because it's like, okay, the videos, that's just your visual evidence, that's your solution. I know, we just got through saying something else. It's like, rewind. So you see what I mean? Like other people, and it's like, we're in the Wild West, I found. It's like, I'm not a bad, like I'm a roughneck, but I'm gonna do it the right way. But I don't know if the right way is the right way. I don't think they care or they know what the right way is. And it's like, this is an opportunity for, I saw Oxford, they're always keeping a close eye on me. And all of this stuff with the copyrights. So they're starting a new thing that they're calling it socio media. I was like, it is absolutely, there is some kind of disorder because you get addicted to it. And it's like, dude, you're nobody. It's like, I know, just think about the people that have fans, right? So it's like, it's addicting. Like you kind of, and then it's like, if you're with me without, well, if it's hacked our internet, which it is, absolutely. Now, they took away any potential outlet to even contact anybody, but that means I can't even figure out what do I need to do. You know what I mean? Like, I know what they say, and it's like, okay, well, maybe that's already been in the works since like 2015, right? It just needs to be paid. But now it's a new world. In 2015, the stuff that I was doing, getting the rights for stuff that people were like, sure, friend. Dun dun. Alright. Basically, I can't say it. Not until somebody partners, and it's like, okay, now you see there's a reason to partner, because then that would be like, hey, so Gemini, whenever I type in something about, I don't know, like something simple, like what have we seen? Oh, a black hole, right? Now yesterday we saw, or was it just, well, we watched it on TV yesterday, but we were able to see the white hole. Now just a few months ago, if you said, not even in frame, if you would have said black hole, they would have been like, that's not a black hole. And I would have been like, yes, this is a black hole, friends. And they would have been like, you're crazy, that's a cloud. And it's like, okay, but now we're at black holes, but now we're going to be at white holes, and probably the other kinds too. But anyways, we figured it out. And a white hole, I'm going to see what I mean by proposal, because what we saw is the solution. But if our data is being stolen by somebody that has, like, you know what I'm saying, that intent. Oops. Yeah, take a break. What? Has it already been 24? I know, this looks ugly. It's because I'm talking, but it's Man I See Monday. Even that data point right there is all you need.